Hey guys, it's June 9th, and I went out to the hive this weekend, and I see that the bees are already starting to cap honey. And so I pulled 9 frames of honey, and I put together this little video for you because I wanted to show you the process that we go through when it comes to extracting honey. That way you know that the honey that you're going to get from me or any local beekeeper is raw in nature. Because oftentimes if you go to the local supermarket or your grocery store, if you buy any honey that doesn't have a label stamped on it stating local honey, that you're sure to get high fructose corn syrup and a lot of other stuff you don't want. And so I just want to put together a little video to show you. I'm just a small scale beekeeper. I have 2 hives. I just wanted to show you the process that I'm going to go through as far as uncapping honey. That way you know that if you get it from me, it's going to be raw. It's a 4-step process. And so let me show you a frame that the bees capped. So this is capped honey. And what I mean by capped honey, whenever a bee visits a flower and they collect nectar, it mixes with an enzyme in their stomach. And they come and deposit that nectar and probably little traces of pollen and things like that also in it. When they place it inside the hexagon cells, they get it to a place to where it's about 18% and under of water. And so after it gets down to about 18% water, they begin to cap it with a little wax coating. And so what we need to do is uncap these wax coatings to where we can extract the honey that's in each cell. So after I uncap these cells, I'm going to stick this frame. This is a 3-frame honey extractor. I'm going to stick each frame inside this extractor, and then we're going to spin it. And it's going to use the power of centrifuge to throw the honey out of each cell, and it's going to hit against the wall of the honey extractor, and it's going to flow down to the bottom. And that way, after that is done, we're going to filter the honey inside this 5-gallon bucket through this 400 micron strainer. Because after we extract this honey inside this honey extractor, there's going to be little bits of wax and things like that, and we don't want that in our honey. And so let me show you the method that I use to uncap the honey. There are a lot of different ways that people uncap these cells. Some people use a serrated knife. Others use like a honey fork. But what I found that works best for me is an uncapping roller. Because on this roller right here, there are little spikes. And as I roll up and down this frame, it's going to puncture every hole of these hexagons, and it's going to enable me to extract the honey. Now, some people use a heat gun to melt away the cappings, but I don't really recommend that, because any type of heat applied to your raw honey is going to begin to break down the medicinal properties that are found in your honey, and you don't want that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this. This is an uncapping tank, and what I'm going to do is go back and forth like this, like so. As you can see, it's starting to already uncap a lot of the cells. Then to make sure I get that on top, I'm going to go this way. As you can see, some honey is already starting to flow. It's a pretty messy process, but the rewards are great. And any honey that falls inside this extraction container, I'm going to make sure I get every little drop myself. We don't want anything wasted. Because you know how many know your bees work hard, and you work hard to get to this point. And we don't want any honey wasted. Make sure I go this way to get all the cells. And one reason why I like the roller is because you don't get too much wax in your extraction process. And at this point, I don't want a whole lot of wax. And then the beauty about this is very little damage that is done to this frame that the bees have already built out. And once I'm finished, I just put that right back on the hive. And the bees will clean it up and get it ready to fill again. And so that goes into this honey extractor like so. And after I've gotten done with 2 more, I put those in there and spin it out. And then we're going to come back after this process and show you the extraction point where we put it inside the 5-gallon bucket. You can stop it. Okay, here we go. We've pretty much extracted 6 frames already. As you can see inside this honey extractor, there's quite a bit of honey in here. And so now we're going to begin the process of filtering into this 5-gallon bucket before we actually bottle the honey. As you can see, there are little bits of wax and things like that. And that is what we're actually filtering out of the honey. It's a nice golden color. And that's pretty much it. And we're going to get ready to bottle. All right. Thank you for watching.